Hello, this is Attorney Ackler Mercy, and this is your Mercy Minute. Today, we're going to talk about protesting. Now, if you are in the process of going to a protest or a demonstration, here are some tips to remember. First, wear your mask. All right, it is COVID-19, and wear your mask. You do not want the probable cause or the reasonable suspicion to be that you are violating social distancing rules if they apply in your area. So in order to prevent that, wear your mask. Either wear the surgical mask, the medical mask, or something around your mouth. Okay. Next, if you have for those who have phones, make sure that your phones are charged. All right, make sure that you are leaving the house at 100%. And if you have an additional charger, the auxiliary charger, please bring that and make sure that is charged to 100%. We need you to record everything. Okay, then if you're recording or if you're on live, make sure that it is on live and that you know about the saving option so that we can have that for evidence if it is necessary. If you are recording on your phone, make sure that that is also connected to the cloud in the event that you lose your phone or your phone is destroyed during the demonstration. All right. Next, here's another important tip. All right. Use a permanent marker to put down important numbers. So if you're there and your legal observers or people with regards to the bailout funds in your area are there and they give you an important number, if you're afraid that maybe you'll lose the piece of paper, write it down on a Sharpie on your forearm so you can have it. In the event that you're separated from your bag or they do not let you get into your cell phone, at least you'll have that number, and at least for you and for your group. If you're separated, have numbers for everybody. If you don't have it, all we need is at least one. So in the event that you are separated, at least you have the number for your group. Okay. And at least people's phones die, so that is a way to just have that information. Next, also, if you do have access to a landline, please write that number down as well. A lot of precincts do not have the ability to collect to cell phones, so you may just need a landline number so you can call collect. All right. Next, if you can, get some cash. Get some cash in the event that you are arrested. You'll be able to have little monies for little toiletries and snacks and such if they do not allow you to have access to your debit cards or credit cards. Next, if you have a book bag, if you're bringing a book bag, here are some things to bring. If you have some milk, bring milk. Why? Because if they do use any types of gases, milk will help ease the burning. So that's why you see people with milk jugs. So if you do have access to it, if you want to help out, milk helps, ease the pain of any, tear gas or any gas of that nature. All right. It's not a permanent fix, but it's a temporary fix. Another thing, if you have goggles or shields, you want to bring those as well in the event that things go awry during your protest. You are protected. You want to protect your eyes. So swimming goggles, painting goggles, construction, anything to cover your eyes, just in case things go left. Another thing is, this is pretty important. There are disruptors. These are dark figures. They could be white, they could be black, they could be Asian, they could be any nationality. These are figures. We believe that they're law enforcement or former law enforcement that absolutely antagonize groups. Okay. While I was in the Mike Brown demonstrations, we saw them often. They were teaching young kids how to do Molotov cocktails, and were teaching them how to throw them in windows, and were kind of directing them to the businesses that they wanted to destroy. So be wary and be careful of disruptors. They are going to be the ones who are breaking windows and things of that nature. So if you see them, say something, record them. All right, be as detailed as possible, be as close, but be at a safe distance. We do not know if they are armed. We do not know what extent that they'll do to protect white supremacy. So, with that being said, I need you to be careful. But if you see them, record them. We saw footage of them in Minneapolis, I think yesterday. So understand that, hey, it does happen. So if you see it, record it. All right. And make sure that you save that footage so we have that. If you are dealing with police officers in Georgia, again, you can record law enforcement as long as you do not inhibit or prohibit them from discharging their lawful duties. So, you want to stay a safe space away from them. However, you just want to make sure that you record them. If you can zoom in on their badge numbers, if you can zoom in to certain things on their faces, in the event that something goes awry, we have that information. Okay. And with regards to if you have a weapon, in Georgia we do have concealed carry. If you have a concealed carry permit, make sure that you have your concealed carry permit on you. Okay, that doesn't mean that it's going to prevent anything, but to prevent certain things, probable cause issues, it would behoove you to have your concealed carry permit on you. Not the promise of a permit, but the actual permit. In Georgia, you cannot have a firearm outside without that permit. So make sure that you have it with you. Make sure that it is valid, and make sure that you have it with you. If you see something, if you see officers doing something illegal, if you see police brutality, right, record everything. Make sure that you record everything. And if it is loud, I would say you want to lower your volume so we can catch more footage of what's happening. All right. But if you can interject, make sure that somebody is recording your interjection. If you feel it necessary to place yourself in there, understand that you may get hurt. But as a community, if we record, if we make our voices loud, if we disrupt, if you see police brutality and complain about it, it may help. But I can't tell you what to do in that situation. All I can tell you is these are the legal ramifications. In Georgia, you can defend yourself. You can use self-defense for yourself and for others if you see them in a position of that is lethal. So I will leave you with that. Next up is if you see anything, if you see that an officer is doing something unbecoming of his profession, then I want you to record everything. I want you to take notes, as much notes as you can, either record it vocally during video or whatever you can, and immediately the next day file complaints, file grievances with Internal Affairs. All right. If we make sure that they have a record of all these bad officers, if it's only 1% that are bad, then guess what? We won't have any problems. But if it is not, then we need to make it known that we have issues, that we have people that say that they are protecting and serving, but are actually harming and killing. So remember those notes if you are protesting, and if you are, thank you in advance. Thank you for exercising your First Amendment right. Thank you for being a voice for the voiceless. Thank you for just exhibiting your power. So I am here with you. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please comment. And make sure that make sure that you Google the bailout fund for your area. I know Atlanta has one. I know Minnesota has one. And if you Google, you should have access to it while you're there. But also, if you can, just look at the information and it should be there for you. All right. So that is your Mercy Minute. God bless and good night.